You know, I think it's a little crooked.
It's not working with a bubble.
The front brakes look sweet.
I welded this with gasless welding.
Today's video is sponsored by Upstart. Today on Cars and Cameras, we are continuing our two-stroke Murray Kilowatt two-stroke build. We are taking this from a very basic go-kart with a giant engine to a basic go-kart with a giant engine and very capable suspension. So in today's episode, we are overhauling the front end. We're lowering it for better stability, widening it for better stability and higher cornering potential speeds, and we're adding new, taller front wheels and tires so that we can install a little DIY front brake kit action. We have a bunch of parts from our sponsor, GoPowersports.com. We're going to keep it DIY friendly, but try to make some significant upgrades to the front end of this go-kart. Ike, over to you to explain why we need bigger wheels and tires to accomplish our goals today.
They're a little bit heavier. It's going to add a little bit of weight to the front, help with our plowing that we're having. Also, the bigger rim is going to allow us to run a disc brake with a caliper in there for front braking. And, you know, it's just going to be a larger diameter tire. It's going to help us with going through bumps and just, it's going to handle much better. So, we have here spindle, hub, this little, what am I going to call it?
Springer spindle.
The Springer spindle. It goes on here, so we're going to have a spring and a spring. It's just going to be better. It's going to be better all around. So let's get to building this front end, shall we?
So we got a squat right now. We're at about 10.5, 10.75. So if that's 9, what do you say, 8.5, 8? Give it a little rake action.
I say we go 8.
Yeah.
Because when we lower the front down, it's actually going to lower the back down a little bit too.
Oh, that's true.
So I think we ought to go to 8, and that'll probably bring the back up to like 8.25 or something like that.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
So we're going to keep it super simple with the single control arm setup. It works great on the yard dart for this, you know, running around the yard DIY friendly type suspension. You really can't beat it. It's simple to set up. Performs pretty darn good. Lightweight. Let's do it. You can probably tell by us working on all kinds of builds for the channel that we are buying parts and carts left and right. The company card is always taking a hit, which brings us to today's video sponsor, Upstart. If you have multiple credit card balances each month and are only paying the minimums, barely making a dent in your credit card debt, it can be discouraging. Upstart can help you pay off your existing debt quickly so you can feel like you're finally getting ahead. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high-interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 1 million people have used Upstart to get one fixed monthly payment with a clear payoff date. Upstart knows you're more than just your credit score. So rather than looking at your credit score alone, Upstart's model considers other factors like your income, employment, and other information provided in your loan application to find you a smarter rate for your loan. You can check your rate without impacting your credit score in just 5 minutes for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. You can even receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. So find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/carsandcameras or click the link in the description below. That's upstart.com/carsandcameras. Don't forget to use our URL to let them know that we sent you. Go to upstart.com/carsandcameras. Thank you again to Upstart. Now let's get back to the build.
So what we're going to do is we're going to take the shocks loose, and we're going to bring the front of the cart down to our desired ride height. So I've got these boards up underneath the cart. Now I need to take the shocks loose and see where she sits. I'm going to drop it like it's hot.
Oh boy. Well, that was more medium.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it? There we go. Man, it already looks better, doesn't it? She's still Carolina squatting 1/4 inch.
Really?
Yeah.
Lower it more, boys.
Well, I'm thinking like...
Oh, we need
here.
suspension travel.
Yeah, I think, here, can you measure the back? Nope, we ain't got any sag, do we? So
quarter inch.
So we can lower it another quarter inch.
I think this is too low now. I mean, it looks pretty cool. It looks like it's ready for the racetrack.
Those words can't be said in this shop. Too low.
Yeah, too low.
Easy
So
now.
we'll add
One more board.
one more board.
Dialed.
All right.
All right.
7 3/4 on the front and 8 on the rear.
Okay.
So we got a quarter inch drop from front to back.
So we've lowered it over 2 inches in the front, and by lowering the front, we managed another 1/2 inch or so in the rear, right?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
So I think it looks sweet. It's probably closer to factory height, maybe a little bit under, because we did raise this throughout the years. But let's get a good look at the. Does that look cool?
Absolutely.
Of course.
Okay. Good.
The camera may not do it justice.
We might have to paint them rims. They're a little white.
They're not going to be white for long. They're going to be brown. We are still waiting on a wider axle in the rear. I just want to say that. This is roughly what we're going to have. It's not going to be quite this wide.
I was thinking that we'd have the edge of the tire coming over the side.
Basically like centered on this or maybe a little farther inboard.
I think a little bit further inboard. I don't know if we want to go too wide. I'll make it where we can make up the difference
My heart is broken. Go ahead.
by spacing on this.
Oh, we can space it out if we want.
Maybe,
Okay.
depending on the brake caliper.
Sure. So at this point, we're ready to remove the factory equipment and start building our own control arms. We're keeping the same design, single control arm. We're coming out wider. We're going to optimize where the shock is mounted on the rear for the amount of travel and the stiffness that we want. Of course, the ride height's going to be better. The camber is going to be set to where we want it. Just all better, stronger. A little heavier, but that's okay because we need more weight on the nose of this thing.
Just a little bit heavier. Not much.
Yeah. So let's get to tearing this thing apart.
Yep.
So it looks like Ike and Charles have all our new tubing for the suspension cut,
Yeah, man.
ready to get tacked in. I'm gonna whip out the computer and build a brake rotor, but I first need to see how much clearance we have. Charles, meanwhile, is signing our merchandise stickers. So with every order placed on our website, just year-round, you get a free sticker, and at least 2 of us will sign it. So Charles is taking care of those. Thank you all for keeping us busy with signatures. And yeah, let's get to tacking some parts and making some rotors. Oh, that's pretty nifty, man.
That's it. Boom.
Sweet.
That's going to be straight. So all we got to do is weld that up. Then we can add this piece. Oh, looky there. Would you look at that?
That's nice, man. Minimal gappage.
Yeah.
Bandsaw.
Cover. Yep. All right. So I'm thinking that we'll have this bar like near this point right here, and we can like run a gusset or something up top here. Look, it puts the tire right at the on the edge.
Oh, boy.
She's a lot wider.
Okay. Well, that's all right.
Yeah.
So that's what we gotta. We gotta
to-
take a little sliver out right
Take
there,
a sliver out.
so we can bring that closer together.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Looks good.
So I've got to do a little chopping on this to try to get the right camber. And once we get it tack welded in at the right camber for the height, we're going to check for caster. So we're going to rock it back, I don't know, 15, 20 degrees or something like that. So we can have good caster and camber. So let's get chopping. Here we go.
Oh,
They're pretty cute.
it does fit in there.
I'm gonna flip it over. Hold on. Let's see what we got. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, nice fitment.
So we're gonna weld that about there. And then our caliper is gonna go on it. I'm excited, man. Front brakes. It's fancy stuff.
This
Fancy stuff.
race car stuff.
Yeah, next up we're gonna have reverse and electric start for all we know, right? Alright?
Look at that face.
Yeah.
That's much better.
But I'm guessing we want 0 at this height.
If that's like ride height with us sitting in it, then like no camber, 0. That work for you? Because this is the suspension setup where, since we only have one control arm, it just pivots around one.
Yes.
Maybe without.
So
Yeah,
it's
you know,
gonna do
you're
this.
doing the right motion.
Yeah.
You are.
So it's not like dual control arm where it does that. It's just single. So
Well, you know what? I'm going to set this up at 0 because these springs right here actually have adjustment. I can tighten them up or whatever, and we can adjust the.
I'm surprised he didn't say it.
Yeah.
I'm working with a bubble here.
So Ike is going to get the alignment dialed before he tacks in our spindle. I'm going to go over to the other shop and tack in our brake rotors, which is going to be fun to make sure it stays laser straight. So come on, buddy.
Oh, well, you know, I think it's a little crooked.
Thank you.
Sorry, man.
Should have checked all of them, but maybe it'll be okay.
That's the attitude.
Yeah, exactly.
So we're gonna dial about 5 degrees of caster, because that's what the yard dart has, and we love it. Charles is gonna give it a tack, and then we're gonna take it over yonder and let our certified gap welder do his thing.
If you pay attention, Ike's got a dial indicator. He's not working with a bubble.
We're working with a needle here, guys.
We've upgraded. You're working with a dial.
dialed.
Yeah, dialed.
Cover.
Yep. Good.
Think so. Unfortunately, we're about to modify the frame a little bit. I've got to cut these original shock tabs out of the way. But I'm going to do my best to save them. That way, in case we want to weld them back on, we can. Because we've got a bunch of parts that we've saved from this.
And what you putting on it, though?
Let's see. We're going to put a set of these up top. Got them notched. That way we can clock them however we want to.
John cut those out with the Crossfire Pro.
And we've got, same with these. We've got a set for those. Now, what are you going to be taking care of?
Well, I'm going to be over here working on a brake caliper mounting. John cut out some brackets with the Crossfire, these unpainted ones right here, and they slide on to that shaft, and it's actually going to be all welded solid, so we can have a brake caliper sitting inside the wheel, just like that. So we can have.
Yeah, this one doesn't have the bracket.
Yeah,
on
that
there
one
yet,
doesn't have the bracket yet.
But that's where it's supposed to be.
But that's kind of what it's going to look like. So let's get these things installed, man. Cut out and installed.
Now that I've got the paint cleaned off, to make it a little easier for us to weld those top tabs on.
The upper tabs.
Yeah, I got a little bit aggressive on one cut, but that's okay. And then I guess I got to cut the other one off.
Yep.
And let you move over here.
Yep. And I've got this thing ready to weld up, and I'm going to go ahead and set this side up so we can weld everything up all at once. Good. We got the brake calipers welded in, the brackets at least, and the shocks are in. All we got to do now is hook up the tie rod ends, or the tie rods, and then we'll be able to set this thing on the ground
And see how our suspension is.
and see how our suspension is. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got here, and I think the brakes, for being, basically what a couple of dudes are doing in a shop, is pretty good.
I mean,
Looks solid.
just a little bracket, that's all it takes.
Yep.
And of course, making your own brake disc.
Yeah.
I requested vented brakes.
Sorry, bud.
Yeah.
Then you got to pay extra for those.
Oh, okay.
So one of the last things we need to do before we set it on the ground and test the suspension is drill new holes for our tie rods to go in, because the frame right there will interfere.
That one's up. That one's up.
Just moving our brake hoses out of the way for the time being.
If you want to fix this,
Yeah, I'll hit that one too.
It looks way beefier than it was. The front brakes look sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
ready?
Okay. actually feels about pretty good. Hold on.
And that's on its softest setting.
The real test. Yeah, that's the softest setting.
I welded this with gasless welding.
Keep it rolling. This might be funny.
You might get a ka-chow. Just be careful,
They're
buddy.
just spot welded together. Oh gosh.
Dude, it looks dialed, boys.
It's actually pretty good.
See, the thing is, it still looks like a Murray Kilowatt.
I wouldn't go too much.
It's just...
It's the Murray Megawatt.
Exactly. It's upgraded.
And it doesn't look ridiculous. How much wider did we go?
Oh, I don't remember.
Like 2 inches on each side?
Yeah, I think it was
Something like
4 inches total.
It
So
barely
4
fits
inches?
on the table.
that? It barely fits on the table. So 4 inches wider total, which doesn't sound like a lot, but it has been lowered too.
And it's got dual springs.
And it's
front.
got dual brake calipers.
Oh,
It
yeah.
had dual springs before, dude.
Did it really?
Yeah.
No, it didn't.
What do you mean, no it didn't?
Springs there.
Oh, that. Oh, I forgot.
We're gonna finish things off by welding up that front end at the other shop.
Whoa.
How's it steer?
Steer's pretty good.
It's definitely a lot lower than it was. Dang, that's got a good steering radius.
That looks
Yeah.
pretty
Boys.
Now we're gonna have
I mean,
to.
it doesn't have
we're gonna have
Ackerman.
to
It's got
put-
like reverse Ackerman. Rolls good.
Yeah.
It looks good.
Brand new.
I
bearings.
was totally worried about widening it and it looking absolutely ridiculous. It does not look ridiculous, although we only went 4 inches wider than factory.
Yeah, we went for the kind of moderate widening approach.
Yeah, you know, it's between 3.5 to 4 inches wider.
So we did a +2.
All right, we got the front end of the Murray Megawatt welded up, and this thing has had quite the glow up compared to stock. I mean, it doesn't look wildly different. It just looks like the Murray Kilowatt XL. It looks like the Raptor version of the F-150 or the Z06 version of a Corvette. It just looks bigger and meaner and ready to hit the trails. We're still not quite done with this build. Before we take it for a test drive, we need to plumb and route and bleed the brakes and a master cylinder. We need to install that new wider axle we've been talking about. We're still waiting on a belt. And finally, we need to figure out why our engine only has half throttle and kind of bogs down when we try to hit over half throttle. So I think if we can figure that out, this thing is gonna be an absolute monster, because even at half throttle, it got around the track pretty darn good. You can catch all that in upcoming episodes of Cars and Cameras. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's episode, and subscribe to Cars and Cameras for future episodes. Thanks for watching again, and we will catch you next time.